Hey guys, what's going on? Brian here with Classic GBody Garage, and this here is a 1987 Buick Grand National, a car that needs no further introduction. However, this Grand National is much different than most of them out there. It was sent to the junkyard. However, it was rescued, and it is now up to me to get this Grand National, once a ground-pounding, turbo-breathing beast, back on the road. Welcome to Project Scrap National. All right, I know what you guys are asking yourself. How can someone scrap a Grand National? I mean, that is unheard of. Who has seen one in a junkyard? I know I haven't. I've been going to junkyards for over 25 years. Secondly, how could someone scrap this car? I mean, look at it, it's beautiful. And the third thing, how did I end up with this car? How did I end up with the Grand National that was sent to the junkyard? Was I just one of those lucky few that just happened to find this car in the yard? Let me go ahead and grab the camera. I'll do a little walk around and I'll tell you guys the entire story. Alright, so how did I get so fortunate as to get my hands on a Grand National that was sent to the junkyard? Well, over the past year or so, I've been doing a little video collaboration with Pull Apart Used Auto Parts and producing a couple part pull how-to videos, which you may have seen on my Classic GBody Garage channel here. And Pull Apart being a do-it-yourself, bring your own tools, pull your own parts type junkyard. Their yards are scattered all over the United States, and considering they have so many yards, they get a lot of flow through in regards to junk cars. Tons of cars coming through that place. And this particular Grand National happened to find itself into their Louisiana location on the back of a flatbed. Now Pull Apart, dealing with a lot of cars, they realized what this car was and figured, how could this car actually end up at their yard? Well, they put the car aside. My contact there at Pull Apart sent me an email with a picture of this car as it was dropped off, and they let me know what they had since I deal with these cars. Now, why is this car so shiny? Why does it look this good? Well, in a few weeks after this car was turned in, I had plans to host a car show at the Cleveland Pull Apart location called the GBody Classic, and they thought it would be a great idea to have the car featured at the show. So they went ahead and had the car painted, and to me it really looks like a quick scuff and shoot with a cheap single stage enamel, and unfortunately it looks like they painted over everything, and I mean everything. Looks like they painted over old checked paint, dirt, moldings, and it really did more harm than it did good. Now personally, I would have left it alone because it looks a lot better, or it looked a lot better than they received it with its faded out paint, rust, and natural patina, because it really showed its true overall condition. And really, if you're gonna do or go through the expense of a paint job and of course the time and the effort, you might as well go ahead and do it right or not do it at all. But the car looks good from far away, and it actually looks pretty good on video. I mean, even the interior on this car is in very nice shape, considering it has 130,000 miles on it. Now, it does have your typical wear and tear all on the driver's side. The seat has some tears in it. The door panel pull strap has a little tear in it. The steering wheel, of course, has some wear and tear on it, and the center console does as well. Now, this is all typical of a car that's 30 years old, and of course, one that has 131,000 miles on it. But honestly, after cleaning it up and putting a new set of Grand National floor mats in it, overall, the interior is in very nice shape. So, why was this car scrapped? Why was it sent to the junkyard? To the people that turned this car in, to them, it was just a car that was sitting in their yard for potentially 20 years and that didn't run. Being that this car is a Grand National and very iconic, it may not have the same meaning to some other people. There's a lot of people out there that don't know what these cars are, and for a car that was just sitting in their yard, it didn't run, they just didn't care about it, and they just decided to scrap it. Now, when Pull Apart got their hands on it, of course the car didn't run. Now, along with the paint job, they did decide to have a little bit of mechanical work done to it. They had a set of spark plugs put in it and a new fuel filter, and it actually did fire up. I pulled it off of the trailer when it arrived at the Cleveland Pull Apart lot for the GBody Classic. Now, when I did pull it off of the trailer and moved it around the parking lot, it barely even made it around the parking lot. And as I was driving around the parking lot, I noticed how bad the car smelled. So most likely they did not siphon the gas out of the gas tank when they went ahead and did the work to it. So when the GBody Classic wrapped up, they decided to let me get my hands on it so I can sort through its issues, and they dropped it off here at Classic GBody Garage. So that's it, guys. That's how it ended up with the Grand National that was scrapped, which I now am going to call Project Scrap National. You know, like I said before, your guess is as good as mine on why this car was essentially junked, but it's a good thing that the people at Pull Apart realized what they had, and now since it's here at Classic GBody Garage, I'm going to go through the car front to back and find out exactly what it needs to get it back on the road. Now, as crazy as this story is, I'm curious to find out what you guys think. So go ahead and post a comment below and let me know. Also, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button and following Classic GBody Garage on both Instagram and Facebook. I'll put those links in the description below. And until the next Classic GBody Garage video, make sure you keep those G-bodies rolling.